protected everything in the room, and walls and the floor. Ceiling prior to that was also prepared for California texture. And now we are mixing mud. I like it real runny. I'm using Certainty light blue box for this. The only problem with that is that you have to remix it a couple of times. It seems that they put some sort of thicknesser in it. Always load my corners first. I load them heavy. In this case, all the corners are masked, so we won't have any issues with overspray. But as you can see, I go in one line and return back and load them again. For some reason, I started doing it this way. It seems to give the best results overall. This worth mentioning is that I am using mask. This sprayer produces really small particles, and you should probably also protect your eyes. I forgot my protective goggles, but that's very important to protect your eyes from the overspray. As you can see, I try to use circular motion, try to achieve as random texture as I can. You don't want to have areas that are heavily covered while you have other areas that are not covered at all. This room will take about one box of mud, about two to three hoppers, 3 hoppers worth of material to spray. Again, I'm starting from the corner and then I'm building up towards the middle of the room. As you can see, I use circular motion, try to achieve random texture. I always start knocking down the texture from the corner, and then I try to clean up the corner and then go towards the middle. I try to go in like semicircle motion. The knife is really flexible. Let's say 24-inch Marshalltown knocking down knife or a trowel. I had this tool for a number of years. It seems to be doing job really well. Instead of using a bench here, I could be using a extender, just a handle. But I like to get closer to the ceiling just to make sure that there are no scratches and that my texture is kind of uniform. Overall, it takes about half hour to spray a ceiling of this size and about another 15 to 20 minutes to knock down the texture. As I said before, the ceiling was taped, pre-sanded, and we also primed it. This ceiling is a finished ceiling. The owners will not need to do anything to it. Some people like it painted, but in the area where I live, you prime the drywall on the ceiling, and then just spray the texture, and the grayness in a compound gives texture a really nice depth. As you can see, I started removing the poly. We taped all the corners. There is an existing poly that divides this room from the rest of the apartment. As you can see, this is final walkthrough. We have removed the poly, we have removed drop sheets, cleaned the floor. We also cleaned up the corners. Ceiling is, I'm just checking, walking around to make sure that all the areas are knocked down and that everything turned out the way it should be. Yeah, it's looking pretty good.